Man, that was tough to watch. Raptors lose to the Bucks in a blowout, 125-103. Raptors were out of this game early and often, made a huge run in that third quarter, but did not get that lead below 13 points as the Raptors could not overcome that huge deficit at halftime. Raptors went down 25 to the Bucks, and the Bucks just outplayed them in all facets of the game. There's only one category that the Raptors actually won, which was blocks, but other than that, the Raptors lost every single category if you go down the list. And when you lose every single category, 99.9% chance you're going to lose that game. And the Raptors just didn't bring it on both sides of the court from the beginning. They came out starting that game flat. 9-0 run by the Bucks, jumped on them early. Raptors could not even get back to even tying the game at a point. They lost this game wire to wire. Didn't sniff the lead at any point. And you know what? The Bucks deserve to win this game because the Raptors got absolutely demolished. They lost their chance of stealing one of the games early on. And you know what? Raptors lost both games on the road, which is fine. The Bucks took care of business at home. Now Raptors got to do the same thing. Game 3 and Game 4 are going to be huge. Raptors got to focus. Try winning one game at a time. That's the main goal. You can't get flustered. You can't get too high with the highs and low with the lows. Raptors got to bounce back. Get back to the drawing board, the X's and O's, and find ways to get easy baskets and easy looks and just knock them down. Pascal Siakam, Danny Green, Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol especially. Everybody was off today. Leonard was highly efficient again in a long time, but you know what? It came at a loss. He dropped in 31 points, but the Raptors need a lot more than that. Norman Powell was fantastic tonight. Stormin' Norman came out of the gate and he was humming. He was active all around the game on the defensive end and on the offensive end, knocking down some big threes. But you know what? It's not enough if you only have 2 or 3 guys step up. You need more guys stepping up. And the Raptors need a 7th or 8th guy off the bench to really help them out. VanVleet played an okay game. And Serge Ibaka played a good game, I believe. Just a couple mental mistakes and some easy shots he usually makes just didn't go in. But other than that, he played a good defensive game. Got to get better on the rebounds. Everybody else, though. Serge got you double digit in boards. Everybody else got to get more rebounds as they got dominated on the glass again. Main things why the Raptors lost this game. First off, rebounding. Every time the Raptors came up with a great defensive play to make them miss, they could not get the rebound. And those are backbreakers and morale killers right there, as the Raptors just allowed them to get offensive rebounds constantly all throughout the game. Whenever they made a big run, an offensive rebound would just kill that momentum. So that was huge. Second, Raptors did not play with pace. Instead, the Bucks played with pace, and they attacked the Raptors on the fast break of turnovers, blocks, steals. They just kept attacking. Raptors got to do that. Raptors got to pick up the pace. The Raptors are a flowing team on offense, and with Raptors playing at a high pace, you get better looks, you force mismatches, and you just have the Bucks reeling. They're settled in their half-court defense, and that's going to be a tough team to beat in the half-court with all that length and wingspan on the floor. So Raptors got to do a better job of just pushing the pace. Whether it's Siakam, Leonard, or Lowry, they got to push the pace. And Marc Gasol and Danny Green got to keep running, keep up with them. As they're pushing the pace, you got to get to your spots and knock down those open shots. And the third reason, probably the most important reason, defense. Man, the Raptors only allowed 29 points. That's the least amount of points they allowed in a quarter in this game, as the Bucks jumped out to a 35-point first quarter, 29 points in second, and then 30 points plus in the next 2 quarters. Just not good enough from your defense. Whether it was helping on defense or not falling for pump fakes, the Raptors just didn't do it all multiple times. And in that first half, defensive breakdowns were a constant. Just losing your guy, whether it was Danny Green ball watching and Mirotic just slides over to the side and hits an open 3, or Marc Gasol closing in slowly on Mirotic in the corner, Ilyasova just running a pick with Giannis off the ball and just gets wide open because Marc Gasol is not expecting them to shoot, or the guy that was guarding Giannis is not switching over. The communication was just not there. Tons of breakdowns. The chemistry's got to be an issue right now. You got to have that communication there because defensively, the Raptors looked whack from the beginning. You had Giannis get 2 dunks in like the first 2-3 minutes and just emphasize his will on the offensive end. Siakam in foul trouble all game long, just could not defend Giannis. And I understand it's going to be a tough cover, but when you're leaning back into the paint, Giannis just has a downhill momentum and he's not going to stop it when he's going downhill. You can just Euro step whichever way he's going. You're either going to get a blocking call or you're just going to have to guess right, which is not easy to do, especially when a guy can just Euro step around you. He only takes like one dribble from the 3-point line to get to the rim. So it's going to be a lot of guessing if you're going to do that. You got to meet him up forward just one step inside the 3-point line and just force him towards a different direction and make a wall on the defensive end so that he can just drive casually into the lane, because he dominated in this game. 30 points and 17 rebounds for Giannis, who was an MVP candidate, and he put an imprint on this game and just emphasized his will on the offensive end and the defensive end with 2 monstrous blocks in this game. Marc Gasol in that first half, he took all the blame in the post game. He's got to be better, knock down the open shots, be more aggressive, and honestly just be more better. Just can't be that bad as a player on the court, because he only played 19 minutes, but those 19 minutes were huge. Just could not get anything going. Open shots all day. They're just doubling Kawhi and forcing Marc Gasol to beat you, and he's not doing anything at this point. So he got kicked off the court early. Serge Ibaka's in there, but Serge Ibaka cannot space the floor. So it's a tough game for Nick Nurse to manage right there. Other key points to this game: Raptors missed a bunch of free throws and did not get to the free throw line enough. Bucks got to the free throw line 10 times more, even though they didn't make as many. The Bucks definitely were the more aggressive team in this game. Second, Leonard's passing the ball more, but it's just that these guys aren't knocking down shots, whether it's Danny Green, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry couldn't repeat the game 1 performance, of course, because that was an epic performance. He came down to earth, but he had a solid game. Norman Powell gave you good minutes, and VanVleet wasn't that bad. The lineup that got the Raptors cut the lead down to 13 was pretty much Kyle Lowry, VanVleet, Norman Powell, Siakam, and Leonard. A small ball lineup, or actually Siakam out and put Ibaka in, because Ibaka was guarding Giannis on a few possessions, and Leonard did a good job guarding Giannis as well. Giannis got a couple of times where he overpowered him, but otherwise he's not freely driving in on Leonard because he knows he's a good defender. Raptors have to look forward into Game 3 on some adjustments. Nick Nurse might have to come out with some lineup adjustments. Might have to start Serge Ibaka to start off the game. And Norman Powell is playing way better than Danny Green at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if Norman Powell starts over Danny Green. But then you'd be very small in the backcourt, which might be a problem. But it depends on what Nick Nurse is feeling and what he wants to do, because Mike Budenholzer coached a heck of a game. Just matched up guys. Ilyasova really brought it off the bench for them. Brogdon was fantastic again for them, as their bench unit was destroying the Raptors. They had 31 first half points, their bench. Ilyasova was on fire in that second quarter, drawing charges, getting boards, hitting threes. And then Brogdon came into the game just on fire. His first 3 shots goes on a good 8-point run by himself. It was just solid all game long. The Bucks bench 3 guys in double digits. George Hill also chipped in as well. Raptors got to do a better job of containing their bench as well, because you can't just let everybody go off. Middleton is quite low in this game because he's guarding Leonard for most of this game, but everybody else is doing much better. Mirotic also spacing the floor for them. Raptors got to stop that 3-point shooting, run them off, and just contain. Guys got to be helping on defense and contesting and containing. Let them shoot over you, not behind you, because you know what? The Raptors got to contest every shot because they're a much better shooting team than you. You got to play with pace. You got to play with aggressiveness. And you got to be the more attacking team. On the fast break, whenever they miss a shot, get the board and run out and just attack them whenever we get the chance. There were some good things that the Raptors saw in that third quarter, cut it down, but Raptors got to bounce back in Game 3 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Until next time, guys, we the North. Peace.
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. Smash that like button, guys. Until next time. Deuces.